I would definitely say my parents are those two people. I think the biggest thing they've taught me is just how to love people, how to be myself, how to have confidence in my abilities, and to continue to, find my why, which is to work together to help people reach their full potential. They did that for me, and that's something that I've always wanted to continue to pass on to other people as well.
I think just my love for school. Like I said, I have always enjoyed being in school. I felt like I worked hard in school because I cared about my grades, I cared about my teachers and students around me. School has just always been something that I genuinely love and care about.
Honestly, most of the people in this building. I've learned something from everybody that I've worked with closely, and even things from going back to teaching special education when I was in other classrooms, and so everybody here brings something to the table, and it's been awesome. I can go back to one of my high school social studies teachers, Mr. Sorensen, who was he was an actor, he wasn't a teacher, and it was great.
Actually, my husband Troy. He was a teacher before I became a teacher. I saw his love of it, his passion for it. I'd always loved English and history, but watching how he interacted with kids and how much he enjoyed it, he made me want to be a teacher as good as he is.
Somebody that I look up to is actually my dad. I've always been kind of a daddy's girl, and he is a super hard worker, super good listener, and super understanding. So, always my person to look up to.
I took a class in 9th grade in high school called Vocations, and our project there was to write a paper. Our final project was to write a paper on what you'd like to do, and I vividly remember writing that paper saying I wanted to teach and coach as young as a freshman in high school. Unfortunately, I did have some teachers that encouraged me to do other things, and so when I first started college, I started in pre-engineering, and I was 2 years in before I realized that's not what I want to do when I got back on the education track. And I was also very interested in wrestling as a extracurricular, and I thought this was a really great way to keep involved with that too.
My grandpa White taught economics at a high school in Michigan for 40 years, and he overcame polio as a young man and went and got his bachelor's degree and his master's degree, and had a very successful and long career, and really made a big difference in my life when deciding to become a teacher.
I look up to my wife in education. She brings a lot of great ideas to myself that I might not come across in PE, and it gives me something to think about and adjust my teaching style with too.
I had a coach in high school that really took me under his wing. Had some situations family-wise that didn't go as well as I was hoping. So my coach kind of gathered me up, football coach, and did a lot for me. So this is my way of trying to give back to him by honoring his legacy with what he did for me. So that's kind of how I got into this role.